Hello everybody, it's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess. As you can see, I am here tonight for another one of my missing person mysteries. Tonight I'm going to be discussing a case here in Arkansas where I reside. And this young lady's name is Cassie Compton. Cassie has been missing for a little while now. So I'm going to give you a brief overview about the case, and then I'm going to give you my vision on the situation at hand. And these images that you are seeing are pictures of her. This is what she looked like. This is some of her family that was talking to the news. This is what she looked like right before she disappeared, you all. Her name is Cassie Compton. She is missing from Arkansas. She actually lived in a place called Stuttgart, Arkansas. She is a white female. She is blonde hair. She has blue eyes. She's 5'3" tall, and she weighs about 100 pounds. At least she did when before she went missing. Her birthday is December 1st, 1998, and she has been missing since September 14th, 2014. Okay, so she's been missing for quite a while now. And like I said, this is the image of her before she went missing. This is a news broadcast on Fox 16 News that we had here, because recently she was kind of brought back up not that long ago, because the FBI, a picture or a video actually of her, or this person was circulating around, and people believed this to be this young lady. At first, it didn't seem like the girl in the video is in really bad shape. I'm going to show you all it in a minute. Some of the features kind of looked off, but once I actually started focusing on her, I started picking up some visions and different things of what actually happened to her and what went on with her. So I can clarify that the video that was seen of her, it is Cassie Compton. Okay, so I'm going to start this off with the visions that I had about her. As you can see, the information, you all probably can't see this too well. The information that I gave you, the overall information, is up here at the top. This is basically, you know, what's out about her, what's out as far as on missing and exploited children. She went missing as a teenager. Like I said, her name is Cassie Compton. She is from Stuttgart, Arkansas. And I gave you the brief overview. I told you she's been missing ever since September 14, 2004. Okay, down here was the visions that I started having about her last night, because when I ended the video that I did last night, well, early this morning actually is when I uploaded that video, about the Atlanta child murders and missing children. Before I was I was wrapping up that and everything, and you know, kind of putting my stuff up and getting ready to go lay down, she popped up. And most of you know, I have said before, I am led by spirit. She just kind of popped up, and I was like, it was a sign from spirit that I needed to look into this. So I did, and I started working on it like in the wee hours of this morning after I finished that other video. So the visions that I had I wrote down here, and as you can see, if you all can see that, I kind of checked things off that once I did the reading, I was able to verify with her. So basically, if I have any visions about the case, I write my visions down, what I see, what I feel first, and then I'll do a spirit reading It just depends on what kind of reading I do, whether I do a spirit reading, if I do a tarot reading. It just depends on spirit, what type of reading I need to do. A lot of times I get all the information I need through the visions that I have. Okay, so the vision that I picked up right away, the first thing I wrote down was that I felt, and I wrote it down. I said she met someone online. Cassie met someone online. She was chatting with this person. If her parents, if law enforcement, FBI is involved now with this, because she's been missing for so long. So whether it's our local police, detectives, or FBI, her parents, anything that she has that, if she had a laptop or a computer or a phone that was left behind or something, you may want to get that to authorities. She was talking to someone. She was texting someone. She was messaging someone. She met someone online. I specifically get online communication with someone. That's the first thing that I wrote down. The second thing that I wrote down was she met someone. So in between the time of her chatting with this person online, conversing with this person online, she met up. It was a specific day and time and place when she met up with someone online. There's some other things that ties into what ultimately happened to her, but she was blindsided by that. I get from spirit. She actually left on her own. She was chatting with this person on her own. She met up with this person on her own. She left with them on her own, and then there were things that took place afterwards that she had no idea about. So after I wrote down she met someone online, right after, from the visions that I had that she met up with someone, I put traffic. She did not know that she was going to be trafficked. She was bamboozled by the person that she was talking to. I get the feeling that this person, they were actually chatting or talking for a while. She felt like this person was her boyfriend. They were talking, this person came across like they liked her. She liked this person. They were talking for a while. However, what I also picked up from spirit, that person, the person that she was, it feels like somebody else was sent to meet with her or to get her or to meet with her to take her to the boyfriend or something like that. I feel like a woman, a girl was like a third party, a mediator, somebody that she also was communicating with to get to make her feel comfortable. But she ultimately was trafficked. She was blindsided by that. She did not see this coming. The next thing I wrote down is that she is no longer in Arkansas. I don't feel her energy in Arkansas anymore. She is not in Arkansas. And I picked up some other things in spirit that's going to be quite surprising because she is not even in the United States anymore. I don't feel her being in the United States. She may be being traveled around here and there or what have you. It's gonna kind of amaze you how she got out of here, though. I did pick up from spirit that, actually, these are the visions that I had before I did the spirit reading. So this is not the spirit reading part. These are the visions that I had. She is being pimped out. The visions that I seen of her, I know that she is being pimped out, but I get a different feeling around her being pimped out. The first image that I got of her when I felt like she was being pimped out, I see her and I see her like wiggle wobbly, like leg, like walking on the street is the way I seen her. The next image that I seen of her, I see her in a she's on a bed, but I can tell from being, I can look around the room a little bit. I know this is a hotel room or a motel room. I can see several guys around her. she's been pimped out to several different people. She's been pimped out to several people at a time. Um, and later in the reading, I'll be able to tell you of who exactly took her. But when I picked up the vision specifically that she was being pimped out, like I said, at first I seen her like with some kind of wig on or some type of different color hair, very skimpy clothes, and wobbly, like walking down the street. And then it cuts to this hotel room or motel room, and I can clearly see a Caucasian guy in the corner. I can clearly see, it seems like two black guys or brown skinned guys, and there's somebody else that is in the room. It seems like there's like four guys, and they're naked and half naked, and they're taking turns on her. They're running a train on her, but one of the, like, they are being very rough with her, because I see one of the guys with her with his hand around her neck, like choking her while they're taking turns with her. The next image the next vision that I had is that she is being kept high or drugged. She is under the influence of something, that she is being kept. She's being kept drugged. I can't necessarily say what she's been drugged with or what she's being drugged by. She is being kept under the influence of something. She's being drugged with something, shot up with something, but she is being kept drugged. This person, the person that she's with. Hold on just a minute, guys. I'm sorry. My thing is doing crazy stuff. Just a minute. Okay, I apologize about that, guys. I had to take a pause. My cat was crawling all over the place, and the thingy was messing up. Okay, back to my vision. The next vision that I had after her being kept drugged, she is being... Okay, when I told you all about trafficked, as you can see, I drew an arrow over here, and I put low level. The person that she has been pimped out and being trafficked by is not a big trafficking ring. They are a low level trafficker, a low level pimp. They are... She's being pimped out, but she's also being put in amateur porn. And I specifically got from Spirit during these visions, I heard Pornhub. So there could be some videos or some images of amateur porn videos of her on Pornhub, or some type of site like Pornhub where regular everyday people can upload amateur porn. But the person that she's been pimped out by, the person that she's been trafficked by, is not a major big trafficking ring. They are on a lower level, and she's being pimped out daily, but they're also doing amateur porn with her and putting these on these porn sites, which is quite interesting because is quite interesting because the video that came out of her the video that came out of her it was some kind of video, and people seen it and assumed that these were images of her. And this is the video clip here. On this side over here, this is how she looked before she disappeared. The video of her, you see here, her hair has been dyed a different color. Everybody who is in the know what panda eyes are. You know, pandas are all white, and they have, you know, the big black circles around the eyes. Those in the know where panda eyes come from when younger people are raped, are sodomized, to a point where it hemorrhage certain things. They can get these panda eyes. That's exactly what she have there, panda eyes. This girl is also being abused. She's being turned out, or she's been abused. She's being kept drugged. She's being pimped out. She's being used in amateur porn. And they have her. It's so low level that they have her turning tricks on the street. Um, she's turning tricks on the street, and they're using a specific motel or type of cheap motel or hotel, to do her services in sometimes or whatever, but it's low level on that level because they're pimping her out on the street. That's the reason why I said she was trafficked, but it is low level. It's not a big trafficking ring because she wouldn't be getting pimped out like that. Like, their girls get pimped out, but they're more discreet with how they pimp their girls out, and they usually pimp their girls out to higher paying clients. So she's been pimped out on a lower. This person is almost want to say amateur, but he's really not an amateur. He's been at this for a while. He do have other girls. There's other girls that's been with him for a while that he uses to bring in, recruit new girls, which is kind of how I think. And he comes across like he's going to be these girls' boyfriend. He's probably handsome or something like that when they see images of him or talking to him online or think they are or something like that. But they use these girls to make them feel comfortable with meeting up and different things like that. And that's how Cassie was able to get away. Okay, those are the visions that I picked up right away. And once I did the reading, what I do when I have a vision first about a case, I'll write my vision down. And then once I do the reading, I'll check off each thing that comes up in the reading. So everything in my vision came up in the reading. And so, like I said, this is Cassie Compton before she went missing. And this is the video that surfaced of her that people were seeing. And they believed this to be her. Which later, once I did the reading, I can clarify that is Cassie Compton. Okay, this reading is like pretty long. I got a lot of messages from Spirit, so I'm just going to get right into this so this video won't be very long. I asked Spirit, did Cassie Compton meet someone online before her disappearance? I got a clear answer of yes, so that clarified my vision. I asked Spirit, did Cassie Compton meet up with somebody on the day that she disappeared? I got a clear answer of yes, that also clarified my vision. I asked Spirit, was Cassie Compton human/sex trafficked? I got a clear answer of yes. On that, like I said, this was not done until later. What people need to understand is originally from her talking to these people, meeting up with these people, leaving with these people, Cassie did so on her own. She wasn't trafficked. She wasn't bamboozled. She wasn't tricked into being trafficked into later when they wouldn't let her go or take her back home. I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton being pimped out and sold for sex? I got a clear answer from Spirit of yes. I asked Spirit, is someone holding Cassie Compton hostage? I got a clear answer of yes. I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton being drugged or kept high off of any substance? I got a clear answer of yes, which also clarified my vision. I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton being made to turn tricks on the street? Because I remember I told you I specifically seen her on the street, and it was just brief, like a glimpse of it, and then it immediately goes to this hotel room, and I see her surrounded by guys that's like taking turns on her. So I asked Spirit, I said, is Cassie Compton being made to turn tricks on the street and in motels? I got a clear answer of yes. I asked Spirit, has Cassie Compton been used in amateur porn? I got a clear answer of yes. Those things also clarified my vision. Um, I asked Spirit, what is the current condition of Cassie Compton? I asked Spirit, was she dead? I got a clear answer of no. I asked Spirit, was she alive? I got a clear answer of yes. Cassie Compton is currently alive. Um, but at times she's in very bad condition because of what's being done to her and the fact that she's been kept high and drugged and things. And they're probably, I feel like they're keeping her high to force her to keep going along with being pimped out. Um, I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton being beat up or abused physically in any kind of way? I got a clear answer of yes from Spirit. I briefly told you all about this, but I just wrote this down at the top of the other part of the reading here. I wrote that Casey was abducted by a low-level pimp slash human sex trafficker. He acts as the girl's boyfriend, and he has a few to several other girls or women that he also used to recruit other girls as well. Um, and they are all together. But some of the girls have been with him, or maybe one or two. Some of the girls have been with him for a while, that he trusts them enough to lure in other girls. I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton still in Arkansas? I got a clear answer of no. I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton still in the United States? I got a clear answer of no. I asked Spirit, has Cassie Compton been trafficked to another state? I got a clear answer of no, which basically double clarified the answer because if you notice, sometimes I ask the same questions in different ways just to make sure I'm getting an accurate message from Spirit. So if you notice, I first asked, was Cassie Compton in Arkansas anymore? I got a clear answer, no. So then I asked Spirit, is Cassie in the United States, which means would be in any 50 states in the United States? I got no. So then I asked the same question again without asking that same direct question. I said, has Cassie Compton been trafficked to another state within our state? So this would still be in the U.S. And again, I got an answer of no. And I believe from the time she left, she was here for a little while before they left, but we're going to get into that. I asked Spirit, was Cassie Compton taken by, I wrote down several different races, Caucasian guys, African American guys, Mexican, Latino, Hispanic guys, or other. I got a no on African American, Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, or other. I got a no for all of them. She was specifically taken by Caucasian guys, is what I got. She was taken by Caucasian people. I asked Spirit, was a woman / girl used to lure Cassie Compton away? I got a clear and direct answer of yes, which also clarified my vision. I asked Spirit, are any other women / girls around Cassie Compton? So you see how I asked different questions that kind of sound like the same, just to make sure that I'm getting clear answers from Spirit, because I already asked Spirit, was she lured away by a woman? And Spirit gave me an answer of yes. So if other women are around her, should come up as that. And I did get a clear answer of yes, that other women / girls are around Cassie Compton. I asked Spirit, did Cassie Compton run away on her own? I got a clear answer of yes. Like I previously told you, from the time when she was chatting with the people to the time when she met up with the person to the time that she actually left with them, she did so on her own. It wasn't until after that time that she realized that they were going to take her and not bring her back. Um, I asked Spirit, is Cassie Compton with a pimp? I got a clear answer of yes and no, actually. And so I can, because I asked multiple times. Um, this came up more than one answer, yes and no. He is her pimp, but the next question I asked is Cassie Compton with her boyfriend, and I got a clear answer of yes. This boyfriend is the pimp. So that's why on is Casey Compton with a pimp, I got yes and no, because the boyfriend that I got a clear answer of yes is the pimp. And if you can see that, you see that I drew this arrow. He comes across to the girls that he chat with, that he meet with like a boyfriend, and later he coerces them, convinces them, forces them, makes them to pimp them out. So that's the situation with that. She believed him to be her boyfriend. So, like, that's why I say authorities would need to check if they have anything where they can look on her social media type of stuff or whatever. She was chatting with somebody for a while before this went down. Um, I asked Spirit, was Casey Compton abduction a setup? I got a clear answer of yes on that. So this was set up. This was planned by the individuals who basically orchestrated it. Whether Casey was actually a part of that, because like I said, she that day the person that she was talking to was obviously older than her. And maybe one would say that that maybe it wouldn't have been okay for her to been talking to that person. So that was secretive. And then of course meeting up with that person probably wouldn't have been seen as okay either. But both things went on, and I believe in Casey's mind, she thought that they were gonna meet up, hang out. A girl smitten kind of fast, being a little fast, hot in the tail, like, some of our elders would say. That's what was going on in her mind, but I don't think it was to the point of saying, "Oh, you know what, I'm about to run away and I'm never coming back." In her mind, I don't think it was like that. I think her intentions was just sneaking around, sneaking off for a little while, maybe getting a little trouble, but when I get back, but I'm going back and I'll lie about where I was at type of thing. As far as her mind go, she had no idea that she was not going to make it back home. I asked Spirit, was Casey Compton taken by a sex trafficking ring? This is where I got the clear answer of no. This is how I know that this person is not a part of like a channel, a network, a string of like underground sex rings. This is why I call him an amateur, but he's really not an amateur because he's been doing this for a while, but he is still on a low level. Um, she was not taken by a sex trafficking ring, a big sex trafficking ring. However, she was trafficked because she was taken from her state elsewhere. So that still would mean that she was trafficked, and she is also being pimped out. I clearly got from Spirit. Oh, okay. I asked Spirit. Was Cassie Compton sold by her original abductor to her current trafficker? And I got a clear answer of yes on from Spirit. So, like I told you, the person that there was some type of mediator, some type of middle person, some type of person before the person that she was supposed to get to. whichever one it was that she thought she was chatting with, she thought that she was talking to, this setup was made between them from the get-go, okay? And there was basically a handoff. So basically the person that she left with, she ended up being handed off to this other individual, which I believe is ultimately, it's just like having a big guy in power. And you know you're dealing with this big guy in power, and y'all got some type of business, but this big guy in power is going to send a foot soldier to go and do this, get this job done for him, and then report back to this big guy. It's kind of like was a thing like that. There was a middle person, a middleman, somebody in between the transaction of handing her over to this other person, which is whom she thought that she was communicating with, she was chatting with, she was supposed to be with, but this pretend boyfriend was actually this pimp, this trafficker that was, basically whispering sweet nothings in her ear. Oh, you're so cute. I want to be with you. Oh, I love you, baby. Whatever. For her to be smitten by this person and want to meet up and run off and this, that, and the third. So that's what happened with that. I asked Spirit, about someone being sent to get Cassie Compton, for her boyfriend slash pimp, whom is the current trafficker. So this boyfriend slash pimp, which is whom misled Cassie, whom she assumed to be chatting with and talking to, whom she ultimately ended up with. But he didn't come to get her himself. He sent somebody else to come and get her. That's what I just explained. So I clarified that again. I said someone was sent to Cassie Compton for her boyfriend slash pimp, whom is her current trafficker. So she is with him now, but that's not who she left with. That's not who came to get her. I asked Spirit about Cassie. I said Cassie Compton was taken out of the United States. I asked how was she taken out of the United States, and I asked, was Cassie Compton taken out of the United States, excuse me, by plane? I got a direct answer from Spirit of yes. From there, I need to know what kind of plane. So, is this a private plane? Are they so wealthy that they have a private plane? But since he's lower level, they wasn't that wealthy. This is going to blow y'all's mind. Cassie Compton was taken from Arkansas on a commercial plane. Okay, this is a regular plane, which means they went to the airport and had plane tickets and got on a plane. The tripped out part about that is I know where Cassie is. So this was not just this wasn't a U.S. plane. So from Arkansas to another state in Arkansas, this was an international flight. And if I'm not mistaken, I've never taken an international flight anywhere myself, but if I'm not mistaken, you need certain identifications, certain credentials, certain IDs, certain something to take an international flight, I assume. So some type of falsification of documents was used, but she was taken from here, okay? To our airport, left from our airport, okay? And put on a plane and taken elsewhere. I asked Spirit, was Cassie Compton disappearance a sacrifice? I got a clear answer of yes. I already asked, was this a setup? All of this was set up. Her entire disappearance was set up. And it is a part of some type of sacrifice. With that, this lets me know that people in power either have connections to this, know of her whereabouts, or have some kind of involvement on a different level, but they are aware of this. Um, and so I went on to ask Spirit. I said, was the government or other elite individuals involved in Cassie Compton's disappearance? I got a clear answer of yes, which will explain Cassie Compton's disappearance being a sacrifice. I have told you all before, Cassie is blonde hair, blue eyed girl, and that's these powers that be's favorite. They love some blonde hair, blue eyed kids, people. Like most of the children that you see that goes missing, 9 times out of 10, they're blonde hair and they're blue eyes. It never fails. It doesn't mean children of other races, children of other with different kind of hair and different color eyes doesn't come up missing, but they got a thing for blonde hair and blue eyes, is what I'm telling you. These powers that be do. So and of course you can see how she originally looked. She's blonde hair, she's blue eyes, and this is how they have this young lady looking now. She's got these panda eyes, which also has subliminal meaning, which is why I believe this video was taken of her as a mockery. Because those in the know knows what this means. I'm not sure if she's going to be handed over later to a bigger ring, if she's going to be sold again to somebody else bigger. Maybe she will be, considering the fact, because usually what happens is with a lot of trafficking situations, your foot soldiers are the ones who come and do the dirty work. So your guys, your foot soldiers, your guys on the lower level, they're the ones that sneak into whatever town, whatever state, or whatever, grab the kid, and they are the ones who take the risk of traveling with them and trafficking them all the way until they get them to the handler that they're supposed to be getting them to, and that's how they get their payoff. It's like employing this middleman, to do your dirty work for you. That's usually how trafficking go. And then from that point, once they're with the handler, there's this breaking in process. So there is this brainwashing and mind controlling and conditioning the traffic victim to these circumstances, drilling in their head, you're not going to get away. If you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to kill you, type of thing. And this is also why they keep them drugged up. They get used to the circumstances and going along to get along with what's happening to them. And with most girls, they find out real quick. The less they fight, the less likely maybe they get hurt or something like that. And so many of them kind of go along for a while, unless they're feisty enough to try to and still in their right mind to the point where they would even trying to get away. So that's what happened with that. But there are her disappearance. This was a part of a setup. This was a part of a sacrifice. I do know that certain people's high up in power, certain elite individuals, maybe governmental type of individuals, people high up in power, people with a lot of money, knows what happened to her, and knows the circumstances around her. And like I tell you, a lot of times with these cases, when a person just disappears, no matter how old they are, and there's no evidence ever found, they're never found or seen ever again, they act like they have no suspects, no leads, they just can't find them anywhere, 9 times out of 10, that's because up the chain there's higher people involved, wealthy people involved, and so it gets covered up. It's gets swept under the rug, and with the hopes that maybe people stop thinking about it, talking about it, and then the case becomes cold. So I went on to ask Spirit, was Cassie Compton's disappearance set up and was Cassie Compton's disappearance set up and sacrifice known or have any involvement in thereof by her parents? I got a direct answer of no. I don't feel like her parents were aware. I actually got mixed answers on that, if I'm being quite honest with you all, which I am always clearly honest with you all. Whatever visions I have is what I tell. Whatever I get from Spirit is what I tell. I mean, it's not going to benefit me none by saying one thing, saying anything one way or another when I do these readings. So to be quite honest with you, I got a direct answer of yes at first. And I always clarify myself. I go back, I ask Spirit, I make sure, and things like that. And once I ask, and a lot of times things that I get conflicting messages on, I'll ask it in threes. And so when I get an overall answer, I'll go ahead and I'll stick with that answer if I'm getting conflicting information. Most things I ask, I'll get an answer right away. Some things, if it's like more than one thing going on or something tied to something else, I'll get conflicting answers. This, I got a conflicting answer on. So, and I guess that's because a lot of times with these setups, with these sacrifices, the parents may be sold out to these satanic powers that be, may have offered their kids up for to be sacrificed in a certain type of way. And a sacrifice doesn't also always have to mean death right away. Sacrifices are done in many different ways. But so when I first got the answer of yes, I asked Spirit other questions. I asked, did her parents get any type of financial gain, a certain type of position or anything for the disappearance of the daughter? And I got no's all the way down. So this wouldn't have benefited them none. So this is when I went back and I made sure I got the correct answer from Spirit, and this is when I ended up getting a no's 2 more times. So I went ahead and stuck with no's. However, it doesn't mean that maybe somewhere down the line that there may be some type of connection, because this was set up. Somebody specifically had their eye for this to be set up, for her to be set up in this manner. This means that somebody had their eye on her for a while. Somebody specifically had their eye on her, specifically picked her out, chose her to be vulnerable enough to be able to get her away, to be able to do this. So a lot of times when these things happen, especially in this way, these girls are groomed for a while and things like that. So somebody had their eyes on her for a while, and there are individuals in power. Whether her parents actually know this or not, like I said, I got conflicting information on that. They could, they couldn't. But I know for a fact that individuals in power know exactly what happened. Somebody was watching this girl for a while. Somebody purposely courted her. Somebody purposely approached her, started talking to her, started grooming her, started coaching her into leaving, into meeting up, sweet talking her, all kinds of things. She was watched for a while, but there are individuals in power who knows what's going on with this situation. I went on to ask Spirit, where is Cassie Compton? The first thing that, when I found out that she was not in the United States, I kid you not, the first thing out came to my mind was UK. That was the first thing that came to my mind. But I'm not sure if you all can see this, but it's down here. I wrote down UK, I wrote China, I wrote Russia, I wrote down various different places, and I asked Spirit, this is how I be able to pinpoint directly where people are. Just like when I did the Madeleine McCain video, and I told you she was in China, she's not in the US, and she was in China. That's how I was able to depict exactly. I first found out that she was not in the United States. Then I found as how was she taken away from here? And Madeleine McCain, she was taken by private plane. This person was very wealthy. And then I found out where outside the United States she was, and Madeline McCain, it was said to be in China. I asked Spirit, where is Cassie Compton? Cassie Compton is in the United Kingdom. She's in the UK. I got a no on China, no on Russia, no on Africa, any other places that she could be outside the United States. I specifically asked, but I got a direct yes for the United Kingdom. And spiritually, I knew that because it was the first thing that popped in my mind for just whatever reason. I just get certain feelings or certain visions, and that's what I feel, and then I ask Spirit about it, and then I'll get a clarification. So I don't just go on what I think or what I feel or what I see. I have to clarify it. Next, I asked Spirit, will Cassie Compton be killed by her captors? Sadly, I got an answer of yes. Cassie Compton is alive right now. She is in very bad condition at times because of the fact that she's being kept drugged, and she's being kept high on things, because of the fact that she's being beat up, she's being gangbanged, and that takes a toll on a person. And the individuals that I've seen around her in that hotel, I have to do certain things. It's really hard being a visionary sometimes, y'all, because I see these things and it like really bothers me. Like, I have to like literally force something else within my sight to even get the vision out of my mind, and then sometimes it'll just keep coming back because something I just don't want to see. And I literally seen that girl being gangbanged, and then what bothered me about it, what bothered me about it the most was the fact that, it was a lot of guys that was, going at her at the same time, but the one guy was so aggressive with her. He was like choking her, like he's like pounding her to death, like choking her and holding her down. So it was too much. But I specifically asked Spirit, will Cassie Compton be killed by her captors? And I got a direct answer of yes. I can't say as to when exactly this will happen. If, she may, they may keep her alive for a couple months longer, a year longer, several years longer. I suppose it just depends on how long she can survive. But they do plan to kill her. They plan to use her up, and they plan to kill. They don't have any intentions on releasing her or letting her go. Basically, I asked Spirit, were the pictures shown on the news of the girl whom had the black eyes? I asked, was that individual Cassie, which is the picture that you see here? This is the video that came out, and everybody assumed that it was Cassie. I did get a clear answer from Spirit of yes, that is her. You can see that she's been used up and abused so much. I feel like this video of her was taken as some kind of mockery, because videos are being taken of her, little amateur videos are being taken of her and put online, almost, like putting it, sorry y'all if y'all hear my daughter, she's in our room playing, and she be extra with all that noise and stuff. But so I mean, as you can see on this picture here, her hair's been changed and stuff, of course, but this girl she's getting beat up really bad. She looks in a bad way. Her eyes almost look blackened out. Like, she's in a very dark place right now. She's feeling very hopeless. And so I did get from Spirit a clear answer that that is her on that picture. Okay. Well, you all, that concludes my reading, my spirit reading. Let me make sure I did everything. Yeah. Okay, guys, that concludes my reading for Cassie Compton. I do hope that this has helped somebody. These readings are not hard to do. I mean, they're not hard to do. These readings are not easy to do a lot of times because a lot of these things are like just so heartbreaking and hard to even report. And of course, you're going to have your doubters and your skeptics and things like that. I get no pleasure, no satisfaction, no compensation, no nothing for doing this. I'm led by spirit. So like I said, she popped up on my screen, like literally this image right here popped up of her. And I actually had seen the news broadcast. This news broadcast actually came out, I want to say like a couple months ago, a few months ago or something. And so I had already seen it, but I watched it and, I kind of went on because, like I said, I'm led by spirit. Um, and I wasn't led to do anything or say anything about it at the time. But when I finished my video last night, she popped up, and it was almost spirit like telling me, do a reading for her. So I started getting visions almost immediately, and I started writing stuff down. And so when I got through with those visions, I said, okay, baby girl, well, I'm going to do your reading next. And I started working on it. I went to bed. I got up. I went to work. And I said I was going to do it when I came back. So I did. I do hope that this helps somebody. Like I said, these things are not easy to report. This is a very traumatic situation. Um, like I said, I do wish everyone peace, love, and light. I hope this can bring clarification to whether her family, whether authorities, or someone. Um, but so that's all for tonight, you all. I wish everyone peace, love, and light. Like I always say, take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. Until the next time, namaste.
KARK4 and Fox 16. Breaking news coverage.
Hello and good afternoon to you. I'm Mitch McCoy. It's 12:07 here at KARK4 and Fox 16 in Little Rock. We are closely following a breaking news story. The FBI Little Rock office confirming just a few moments ago that the photo you see there on the left-hand side of your screen is being investigated right now. This is a screenshot from a video because there are many speculating that this could be, and I want to emphasize, could be, missing Stuttgart girl Cassie Compton. Cassie Compton's photo there on the right-hand side. This photo really dominating the internet over the last, I want to say 12 hours or so, when this video that appeared to be on TikTok first showed, and many started speculating that it could be missing Arkansas girl Cassie Compton. There are a lot of twists and turns to this story, as one might imagine, because the FBI is involved. The Stuttgart Police Department is involved also at this very moment, trying to piece together, is this Cassie? And let me bring this up full for you right here, because the shocking details to this is just, there's a chance. I think that that's what people on social media are saying, but I will caution folks, because there are now other people on social media saying that this could be their loved one. And so at this point, there is a desperate search underway to figure out who is this young girl. And I want to put all of this into perspective here, and I want to bring in police media expert Latricia Woodruff. And because Latricia, you have been in law enforcement on the civilian side for more than a decade. You've also been a reporter here actually at Fox 16. Try to bring me into this law enforcement investigation right now. this has got to be all hands on deck.
It is, Mitch. Once we saw this video and seeing that folks were comparing it to possibly being Cassie Compton, as you would imagine, everyone started getting involved. The one thing that I would like to say is that even if this is not Cassie Compton, that this seems to be a young lady who might be in some trouble. So they're going to look into this. They may be going down the road that this could be Cassie Compton, but
They know it's
still going to
Cassie.
look into this.
They also know she's
because
been
it seems to
trafficked.
be, again, a young lady who might be in some trouble. So they're trying to figure out right now where this video, this TikTok video, originated, who sent it, who are the people in the video with her, who are the people filming the video. You're looking for all of those folks to try to connect the dots and figure out, is this person safe? Is there something going on with this person? And even if this is Cassie Compton, so yes, it's surprising that we get this video, something that we were hoping for, because we actually did a Monday night mystery on Cassie Compton being missing from Stuttgart, and to now have someone sending us this video saying that this could possibly be her proves that doing those types of shows and bringing these missing persons cases back up or murder cases back up, trying to help solve them is really making a difference, because people are talking about Cassie Compton again, and that's what we want to do. We want people talking about Cassie Compton, Terry Credit, Michelle Owens, all of the people that we've been doing the Monday Night Mystery segments on, and this proves that that is happening. So we are sitting back watching and waiting, and folks are out there investigating and looking into this, and hopefully we can figure out, first of all, if this is Cassie Compton and who this person is, and get them some help if needed.
So, Latricia, can you walk me through what likely? Okay, so and I'm just going to speculate here, because I think that a lot of this is just speculation.
Yes.
So if I'm Stuttgart PD, at this point, and there's no shame to, I'm not trying to throw any shade, I'm not trying to throw any discredit to the Stuttgart Police Department, because they've been doing their job all along here. But at this point, they're going to try and find the TikTok video, the TikTok account. They're going to try and find the owner of that account.
Yeah.
The likelihood, and all evidence pointing that the account owner does not even live in the state of Arkansas, they're going to have to reach out to the FBI, meaning that the FBI is involved, which they've confirmed that they're now taking part in this investigation. And let me actually read the exact quote from the FBI. The TikTok video has been brought to our attention. The FBI Little Rock is aware of it. We are following up on the video and taking any logical investigative steps, but we cannot say anything further at this time. So we know the FBI is involved.
Yes.
What could they be doing at this point? I mean, we've seen, and we're not going to play the video here, because whoever, whatever the circumstances are, we have to be careful
Exactly.
in that respect. But what steps would the FBI be taking right now to try and figure out where this video originated?
Well, Mitch, because this is a very active investigation, we can't really talk about what steps that they're going to be taking, because just like everyone else is watching this, the people involved may be watching this, and you don't want to put out there exactly what they're doing so that these folks can figure out how not to be caught, not figure out how the FBI, how they can elude the FBI in this. So we don't really want to talk about what exact steps that they're taking to figure this all out, but do know that they are working on this, and they are trying to figure out that TikTok account and where this all originated. It's really, I just keep thinking about it. I'm kind of at a loss for words about this, but I just keep thinking and wondering where this originated. If the person who sent the TikTok video Is this someone who knew Cassie Compton? Is this someone in Arkansas? Or is it someone that just saw our show or just saw a picture of Cassie Compton and then happened to see this TikTok video and thought that they looked similar and sent that to us? So those are things that they'll be looking for and trying to figure out where this originated, who this young lady is, and who are those people with her.
Well, if you're just joining us, folks, I want to just reset for you what we're following right now. We are following a breaking news alert. We have confirmed just within the last few minutes that the FBI is investigating a video that has appeared on the social media site TikTok. That's where, it appears that this video originated from, or at least that's what it appears at this point. A video. And we have this screen, it's split up for you here. On the video there, actually, let me just take this full. It's easier to explain it this way. The photo on the left-hand side, go ahead, Latricia.
Is that an age progression picture of what Cassie Compton would look like right now?
It is my understanding that this is an age-progressed photo from the Center of Missing and Exploited Children.
Okay.
And I'm glad you pointed that out, Latricia, because
so excuse me, guys.
and I could only imagine
The other picture that I showed of her was how she looked before she left with the glasses.
So the photo on the
This picture that you see on the left-hand side is a age progression photo that they did from Missing and Exploited Children.
From a video,
and the other picture is from this TikTok video that surfaced with her on it.
The video,
because I told you her captors are they're taking these little amateur videos of her and posting them up.
Yes,
and I
so
think that's
like,
please do.
The video, and Latricia, you've seen the video. Feel free to jump in if I say anything that may not be accurate here. The video appears to show this young woman, whoever this young woman is, completely dazed out, dazing into the camera. This was almost the face of this young girl in the entire 10-second video. While a man, an unidentified
she went through so much. She got 2 black eyes, what's called panda eyes.
2
and those in the know where the panda eyes come from.
On the opposite sides of each other.
My
So
God,
she's sitting in the middle
real bad,
of 2.
man.
One is a Hispanic man, another is a black man. We don't know who those individuals are, and this was her face the entire time. Latricia, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, she had no facial expression whatsoever in this
And that's
video.
the crazy
And
thing, because that's kind of what I seen in the vision of her. There are several different people around, at least in that vision.
Well, Mitch,
like
it's
different
concerning.
race people
Whoever this young lady
around
is, it's
her, and
concerning.
these just could
She
be
seemed
people
kinda
that she's
out of it
been
in a bit of a
pimped out
daze.
to at
And
different
from the
times.
clip that I saw,
but
she didn't say anything. She just looked spaced out. And when I first saw it, I was thinking, maybe that's makeup on her eyes, but
okay, guys, peace, love, and light.